世界のみんなとつながろう Bridges across world communities.
Hello and welcome to Bridges Across World Communities, sponsored by NIA, the Nishinomiya City International Association. My name is Floyd.
And my name is Thelma.
And I'm Yoko.
The purpose of this program is to assist English-speaking residents in the Nishinomiya area by providing useful knowledge for daily living and important information for disaster prevention.
This program is broadcast on the second and fourth Saturdays of each month from 12 noon to 12:15.
This month, we'll discuss why Japanese people seem so concerned about blood types.
And in our disaster prevention segment, we'll talk about what to do in case of fire.
And our guest for this month is Miss Nicole Gillis from Canada.
提供は西宮市国際交流協会です。
So, Thelma, I've been wondering about something for a long time now. Have you noticed that Japanese people like to talk about their blood types?
Oh, yes, I have. And it's almost the first thing they want to know about, asking how old you are. Well, sometimes they even have blood type fortune telling. Do you know that? Segments on morning TV programs in magazines.
I haven't seen that. You know, I know about horoscopes and astrology, but I've never heard of fortune telling based on blood types.
Well, beside that, Japanese people also like to connect personality traits with blood types.
That's kind of interesting, but most foreigners don't really care about blood types at all. And many don't even know their own blood type, or they just seem to have forgotten it.
Yes, and it's kind of shocking for Japanese people to hear that, right?
Yeah. Now, the other thing is, to foreigners, it seems too simplistic, to categorize personalities into only 4 groups according to blood types. At least with astrology, there are 12 personality types.
Yeah, I agree. And by the way, do you know what the 4 personality types are?
Oh, no, what are they?
Well, this is very general,
Okay.
but type A people are said to be considerate, kind and well organized, but they can also be too meticulous and become neurotic.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Type O people are optimistic, outgoing, flexible, and easygoing, but can sometimes be rough and rude.
How about type B?
Well, type B people are said to be selfish, but also creative with a strong sense of curiosity, but can lose interest and get bored easily.
And then AB, the last one?
Well, type AB people are, described as eccentric, and because they are a hybrid of types A and B, and they're also said to be a dual-natured and complicated.
Well, type AB blood is rare in Japan and also in most other countries, so that kind of reinforces the idea that people are different or eccentric. Some people even believe type A, B people are more likely to be geniuses.
Then I must be, type AB.
You must be, I think so.
So, do you know why Japanese people are so concerned about blood types?
Well, possibly. According to one scholar, the Japanese people are not as concerned about what blood type they have as they are about which personality group they fit into. So it's kind of comforting to have a simple explanation for your own or other people's personality traits.
Well, that sounds very Japanese,
Yeah.
Floyd. And the need to understand others and be part of a group.
Yeah, that's right. And also, in other countries, they tend to have more diversity in religion, race, cultural backgrounds, which can help differentiate personality types. Whereas Japanese society is more homogeneous, with fewer obvious differences between people.
So that's why they like to use blood types and to differentiate from each other, yet still belong to a group, right?
Yeah, and it also makes a great pickup line.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Well, during the disco era in America, it was kind of a cliche to say something like, "Hey, baby, what's your sign?" "I'm a Taurus. You look like a Virgo."
So here in Japan, you'd say, "Hey, baby, what's your blood type?"
Yeah.
And I'm O, and you look like an A.
Yeah, exactly.
Or X factor. Anyway, according to Wikipedia, the most common blood type around the world is type O. And if you South American countries,
Yeah.
70 to 80% of the population has type O.
Wow, that's really lopsided. Okay, it's time to get personal here. Mariko-san. Hey, baby, what's your blood type? Oh, Mariko-san's an O. So what's that one? She's considerate? Or she was optimistic, outgoing?
Outgoing.
How about you,
type
Thelma?
O. Oh, I'm type O. I'm genius.
Type O. So you and Mariko are both...
Yes,
no, type
right.
O is not genius.
How about you, Floyd? What's your type?
I'm an A.
I thought you're type X.
No, I'm A. I'm
unknown.
obsessive compulsive, obsessed with details. How about Yoko-san?
I'm aliens A.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
so
that's
meticulous,
like-
huh? You like my husband. Okay.
So, Ko-san, あなたのケツを買った
血液
は
型。
何ですか? AB!
AB!
We have a
Wow,
genius!
wow.
AB, we have a genius.
We
in the
found a
room.
genius
Yes.
here.
Okay, so now that we know who the genius is and who's easygoing and who's selfish and so on, perhaps we should go and share our wonderful personality traits by donating some blood.
Great idea.
Yeah.
And there's a Red Cross Society Blood Donation Center located in Akita on the north side of Hankyu Nishinomiya Kitaguchi Station.
That's right, and I'm a regular there. It's comfortable, it's quick, it's easy, and they even give you free drinks, cookies, and ice cream.
And it will give you more to talk about the next time someone asks you and your blood type.
And welcome back. And we have Nicole Gillis back with us
Hello
this
again.
Welcome. Last month we were talking a little bit about you were just graduated from university, and what was your major? Do you know?
Applied animal biology.
Applied. Now, that's going towards working, I guess, for a vet or something, right?
Yes, so I'm working in a vet clinic
Right.
right now. So,
But you were saying you might want to move to Japan and work here.
yes.
So are there places here that you could transfer those skills, or that places that might hire you?
Yep, so I'm looking into it right now, but it seems like, well, once my Japanese is better, then there are places that I could possibly work at.
Oh.
I've mainly just been looking in the Kansai area, but at least as of now, it doesn't seem like there are strict requirements compared to Canada to work
really?
in a vet clinic.
Oh.
It seems like they prefer someone that's just graduated from university and they kind of train you on the job.
So it sounds like it might be a good chance for you then. If you
Yeah, yep.
So are there a lot of vet clinics here or hospitals?
There are a lot actually. I see them all the time. There's very small clinics, but there's also very large specialized clinics. There's one that's like a specialized animal heart clinic, which I was surprised about. It's really impressive. They have like MRIs and CAT scans and everything.
Ooh, sounds like a regular people
so-
hospital.
Yeah,
Have
very
you,
advanced.
You lived here about 7 or 8 years ago. You said for 3 years. Have you ever worked for a Japanese company?
Well, I was in high school,
Yeah.
so the job that I was able to get was at a convenience store.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was only for a few months.
Yeah.
I worked it was called AMPM,
Oh.
but unfortunately, a few months after working there, it was bought by Family Mart.
Oh.
So they brought their own staff.
Oh, that's too bad.
But it was a really fun experience, and my coworkers were really friendly.
Oh. But your Japanese was it better at those days? I mean, did you get along fine with customers and things like that?
It was a lot better back then. I have forgotten a lot of Japanese since I have been in Canada, but I'm working hard to improve it again.
So Thelma, you have experience working at Konbini also.
Yeah, how do you like working in a convenience store? I mean, yeah, it's really fun, right?
Yeah, I liked it.
I like it too.
Don't you get to keep all the leftovers every night when you go home?
You cannot mention that on air.
Yeah, don't.
just kidding.
Oh, no leftovers. Okay.
It's a
So when you come to Japan, what kind of things do you like to do? Like, do you go hiking, or do you go shopping, or what are your favorite things?
Well, I spend time with my family
Yeah.
because I only get to see them once a year. So I do a lot of that. I do a lot of eating. I usually eat as much as I can.
Oh, do you have to go on a diet when you go back home?
No.
No?
Well, I don't know. I love Japanese food. Yeah, I go hiking with my dad, and I like shopping here a lot.
What, clothes shopping?
Yep.
Yeah, why do you like shopping here so much?
The clothes fit me better, and then I just like the style a lot more, and the prices can be pretty reasonable.
wow. You seems like your favorite person is your dad. Do you like your dad?
Yes, I like my dad. I like my mom too.
Yeah. Well, speaking of food, which do you prefer, the Japanese cake or the Canadian cake?
Honestly, I think I prefer Japanese cakes more because they're lighter. But the only exception would be cheesecakes. I prefer the dense, like New York style cheesecakes.
I see.
Now, early in the program, you might have heard us. We were talking about learning kanji. Do you have any kind of tips for our listeners, like how you approach learning kanji?
Well, I think I guess it's nothing really special, but I think the main thing, as what was mentioned before, was just to drill it. So just constantly practice writing it. And then for me, well, one example is for a while I had difficulty distinguishing between the kanjis for jitensha and jidosha.
Oh, that's bicycle and car, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And so the kanjis are very similar except the middle kanji. And so for jidosha, for the part of the middle kanji is the chikara kanji, which means strength. So the way I kind of was able to distinguish it was I was like, oh, well, between a bike and a car is stronger. And it has the little strength kanji in it. So that's how I recognize it.
Wow.
So kind of making up little explanations or...
So there are a lot of like similarities and meanings in the parts of the kanji, I guess, that you learn as you learn kanji as well. So I've got to get that stuff.
Wow. I guess I'm going to go back to my Japanese kanji lesson, Lloyd. Would you like to join with me?
No.
Well, do you have any suggestions to our listeners, like, foreigner students who came to Japan and how to study Japanese kanji? Yep. Well, any technique that you can suggest to study Japanese kanji easier?
I think definitely, well, one thing that helps me a lot as well is actually just watching TV, because for variety shows, often they have kind of subtitles. And so if there's like a new kanji I haven't seen, if I see it often, but I hear them say it, then I know, oh, that's how you pronounce that kanji, or that's how you pronounce combinations of kanji.
Thank you. I'm going to take that advice.
I've been watching TV here for 10 years. I don't think it's helped me at all. So now you're saying you might move back to Japan, so maybe what we should do is schedule a time for the Japanese version of Bridges Across World Communities, and you can be a guest on that show next year.
Yes.
Oh, in a year from now.
When you're fluent in Japanese.
Well, I guess I'll try. I'll see how I am in a year from now.
Good. Anyway, I really want to thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure, and good luck with your studies. You finished your studies. You graduate in the springtime.
May. Yeah.
And possibly moving back to Japan. Good luck getting a job here.
Thank you.
Good. So, best of luck.
Thank you.
Good luck, Nicole.
Thank you.
防災情報です。
During the winter months, it's cold and dry, and many people use portable in-home heaters. This is the time of year when fire incidents occur most often.
And what should someone do if they discover a fire?
Well, the first thing you should do is shout fire, or kaji, the Japanese word for fire. Shout that as loud as you can and let other people know of the danger. But you should also immediately, as soon as you can, call 119. 119 is the number to get help for either a fire emergency or a medical emergency.
And don't worry if you can't speak Japanese. The Nishinomiya Fire Department has a multilingual interpreter service, and it's provided in English, Chinese, Korean, Portuguese, or Spanish, and is available 24 hours a day and 365 days a year.
That's right. You can have a three-way conversation between you, the fire department, and an interpreter. So never hesitate to call 119 in case of emergency. Well, we have a big event coming up. It's the NIA Annual International Exchange Day, and it will take place tomorrow. That's Sunday, February 9th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It'll be on the 4th and 5th floors of Frente Nishinomiya, which is conveniently located in front of JR Nishinomiya Station.
Come by and enjoy the many events and show, and we'll have a Japanese speech contest for foreign students, ethnic music and dance performances, the International Cafe, Japanese tea and sweets, overtying, demonstrations, and several international NGO with booths, and much more.
And don't forget, the admission to the International Exchange Day is absolutely free. So we really look forward to seeing you there.
And we hope you enjoyed our program today. And if you have any comments or requests, or would like to more information about upcoming NIA events, please call us at 0798-328680 or send an email to nia@nishi.or.jp.
提供は西宮市国際交流協会でした。
Have a great weekend, everyone.